that I had was from my mother-in-law and my mother. They came home and helped me out. My aunt also helped in another way. She cooked for us because I wasn't getting any time to cook. So she made sure that she cooked for me. And then we just kept the food in the fridge and in the freezer, and then it was easier to just warm the food when it was time to eat. So that was a kind of assistance that I had. My mom came home, helped me clean up, because you don't get the chance to do that. My mother-in-law did the same. She cleaned up, or they would watch the baby, that I can get some time to for myself, to get myself bathe up and clean up or do whatever I need to do.
We've been discussing all of these little issues concerning parenting, and of course both of you being new parents, but I haven't found out the name of this beautiful baby. What's her name?
Her name is Jayla, Jayla. It's a combination of Jason's name and my name.
Okay.
Jason, so Jay. Her first three letters, and then Mila, the LA, we added on the Jayla. And then I, of course, did some research on what Jayla means, and it means victory and overcomer.
Okay,
so
great.
Seeing that what she's been through in the beginning, she overcame it all.
Right.
So it was a perfect name suited for her.
Really, I think so too. So it's a name that you guys came up with. So it's not a name that you got from a book or anything like that.
No.
And it's so amazing that even though it's a combination of the two, that you can actually find a meaning for it. Because I've heard a lot of parents saying that they're very, very keen on picking names for their children because they want the name to have significance.
Yes.
And I am one of those parents, So it was every name that I gave my children, I really researched it, and I wanted it to be specific. I mean, there was a name that I really wanted for my daughter, but when I found out what it meant, I scratched it because I'm like, I believe in the power of a name.
Right.
So it's, and the name Jayla, it's so ironic what it means for you. So, so did you have any influence though from your parents? Were your parents trying to convince you, well, because I know I have some friends who tell me, well, my mom told me that the child has to have one of my names. And did you have that kind of influence from your parents concerning naming her?
No. We didn't have no kind of, they were excited. And they asked, okay, what are you all gonna name her? And then we told them, and we said, okay, Jayla means this, that. We did research, because from time we were together and we had plans of getting married, we spoke about what are we gonna name our kids, and that was one of the names that we really liked. And then when the time came, I said, hey, let me do some research, so that we can know what it meant. And when I told my parents, he told his mom, and they were happy, and they were like, oh, good. And then her middle name was my title before I was married. So we added that, but my title is also his mother's middle name. So it just fitted great. Yes.
Good. Okay. Well, it's so interesting now to find out. We're talking again to two new parents for the first time, and I know the importance of a mother being with a child when the child, is born. Of course, it's important for the father to be there as well. So how have you been coping with the fact that and I'm not sure if you've started working already, but if you have, how have you been coping with that? And if you haven't, how is it being home with your baby?
Well, I haven't started working as yet because school is almost out. I work I'm a social worker under the Catholic School Board, so I work in different schools for the Catholic School Board, and it's almost vacation, so I didn't go back to work because I'm still on leave. And it's great that I can be home with her. Of course, I'm thinking of, oh gosh, when August comes, it's almost around the corner. How am I gonna do it? How am I gonna let it go? Of course, I'm thinking about that already. But being home with her is great, especially now that she recognizes our faces. Every time she sees us come in the room, she starts smiling and laughing, so it's a great experience being home with her. It's a lot of work, but it's a great experience.
And of course, you get to experience all of the firsts.
Right.
The first smile, the first kick, the first, so, and I think that's very important. What I've heard a lot of parents saying is that they think, and a lot of men, the male parents saying that women get pregnancy leave. What about the men? You know, because men don't really get pregnancy leave, and then it's up to them if they want to, you know, I guess, take a vacation. So Jason, how has it been for you? Were you able to stay home with the baby and your wife when they came home? How have you been coping with that?
Well, for me, when they told me her due date was April 20th, right? So I put my vacation time around that time. So I take 3 weeks off so I can spend time with her. So I can do most of the thing and she relax herself and then I will take care of the baby in the night. So it was nice doing it, but when it was time to go back to work, I started to miss her a lot. It was really tough.
Really?
Yeah, because when I went back to work, I was calling her all the time.
Wow.
How's she doing? What's she doing now? So I used to tell her, like, put a phone by her ear so I could talk to her. And after, maybe she would make a late nod. Then I'll feel, you know?
You feel good.
So it was really tough, but after a while, you get accustomed to it. But
Wow, Jason. Actually, I was expecting you to say that you were relieved to be able to go back to work because I've also heard some fathers saying that. But it just proves the great dad that you are and what you're going to continue to do with your family. And that is what we want to bring across with this program of A Better Place. The importance of family, the importance of fathers being there for their wives and being there for their children.
Yeah.
So, Mila, and how did you feel when Jason went back to work?
Well, it was hard. It was tough because I wasn't getting his help. And the first day that he went back, she cried the whole day. I was like, what is wrong? Everything, I don't know, I didn't know what to do. I felt helpless. And then when he called and he spoke to her, she just calmed. And I was like, oh, she felt that his presence wasn't there.
Okay.
So it was really tough the first time that he went back to work.
Man, I'm supposed to take my girl out to dinner this weekend. I'm so broke, man.
Man, I used to have those same problems, you know. But since I got my whip company card, when I take my lady out, I even get something back, you know.
Get something back. But you're a lucky fella.
I take your mind out the gutter, man. What I mean is, with whip company I get back 1% on every purchase I make. With this card, I can spend in guilders and use it throughout the Netherlands and TDs. Instead of paying 1% at the dollar credit card, man, I get 1% back on every purchase I make at the end of the year.
What? I gotta get myself a company on card.
Man, but let's go.
Let me go.
Man, now my lady's birthday gonna be a real celebration.
At least now with Whip Compaleon, I know you're gonna get something back.
The Web Compaleon credit card with limits as low as 500 guilders. You don't have to walk with cash and it is accepted by practically all businesses. The Web Compaleon is the first guilder credit card that can be afforded by anyone.
Mila, tell us a bit about how you felt when you found out that the baby had to be flown to Curacao and the possibilities of you traveling with her were very slim.
Well, when I first heard that she had to go, I was devastated, of course. I didn't know what to think, what to expect. I didn't know if it was going to be okay. I was very nervous. I was crying. I was afraid, everything at the same time. And then my husband was there talking to me, telling me, you know, it's going to be okay. But still, he was hurting as well, and I could have seen that. And then we just got everyone involved, our parents, and they were praying and saying everything is going to be okay, don't worry and stuff. But it was tough not having her there.
But before she left, I know she was going to do good because
Who wasn't going to do good?
I know that she was going to do good.
Oh, you knew that she would
Yeah.
do well. Okay.
Yeah, I know she was going to
Why?
do well. Because the way how she hold me, because I put my finger by her and then she hold my finger. And when she hold my finger, she hold it so tight. And when they turned around and told me that they have to go, she didn't let go. And when she let go, she started to cry. And the way how she was crying, I said, she's going to do good. And for me, it was really tough. But when Mila came out the Monday, the Monday was Easter Monday. So I couldn't do nothing. Couldn't go by the census office to do nothing, go basic rate to do nothing. So I had to wait till Tuesday. Tuesday morning, I got up bright and early, and I did everything that Tuesday. Did everything, booked ticket, do everything because they was only paying for one ticket. So I bought my ticket, and by the Wednesday afternoon, we were supposed to leave Wednesday afternoon, but we ended up leaving. We were supposed to leave like 3:40, but we ended up leaving like later on. But we reached Curacao, and then we get to hold her for the first time, kissed her for the first time.
Because we didn't get to do that
So we didn't
after
get to do
delivery.
that,
She was just
Taken
gone
away.
right away, and we just stayed there like, no baby, no nothing. And then when I came home, her room is ready, but no baby to put a room in. You know, it was very depressing and sad. And my mom kept telling me it's gonna be okay. My dad was praying. He said, Mila, don't worry, it's going to be okay. Stop worrying, it's gonna be okay. You know.
So you could say that you basically went through what they call a bit of a postpartum depression.
Yes.
And how did you cope with it? You said your parents are praying people, so they were
Yes.
praying with you.
Yes.
But what else could you have done for yourself to comfort yourself?
Well, I didn't really comfort myself at
Okay.
all. I just kept on, oh God, I hope everything is okay. But my parents were really a great support. His mom was a great support. He was a great support, you know. And he kept talking like, don't worry, it's going to be okay. And everyone was so positive around us, you know.
That is
We really
important.
had our families very close. So that really kept me, okay, still feeling, Mila, there's hope, you know. And I believe in God. And I said, Lord, I know you're not going to put me through something that I cannot handle, you know. And really in truth, I was and a lot of friends came, a lot of family came, and that helped me not to really be focusing on it all the time, because my family was here, friends were here, and they were supporting me, so that really helped.
Our main goal with this program is to discuss the importance of family and for the viewing audiences to see how important it is for the family to be together, to help to raise healthy and educated and loving, especially loving, happy children. So Jason and Mila, especially Jason, what would be your message for persons viewing this and seeing that you're a first-time dad and yet you're doing such a great job and you're really a shoulder for Mila, which I think is very important. What would be your message to the viewing audience?
Okay, be there for your family. Make sure you spend a lot of time with your family. And you have to make sure that your child see that, you know, that she's loved by the mother and father, and you have to show a lot of respect and just be a father. Just be a father.
Well, Jason and Mila, I would like to thank you so much for being on this episode of A Better Place. It really, really makes me so happy. It brings me full of joy to hear about your experiences as first-time parents and to see the togetherness. I mean, I can feel the love between the two of you, and I know your daughter feels it too. And I just want to encourage you to continue doing what you're doing. I think you're going to be great parents. I mean, she's only 2 months. You have a long time ahead of you.
Yes.
I want to encourage you to continue to be together. Show her that love. I think it will. You said she's a happy baby, and I think children are happy babies when they sense that love is there between their parents and there for them. And thank you for having been a part of A Better Place. We do look forward to you tuning in once again next week as we bring you another episode of A Better Place.